Yo, what is up boys? My name is Verga Mike. I'm a 4.5k PR player on EU and I just qualified for the Solo Cash Cup finals by placing top 140. And this was actually one of the best solo tournaments I've ever played. Like sure, maybe I didn't make earnings in finals like I've done before, but I actually played so well this tournament and I think there's a lot to learn from this video. So enjoy boys. Okay, so as you can see, I'm pretty stacked going out of the early game with a Mythic Enforcer, Mythic, Pump and Dump, Twin and Hammer, I guess. And I'm making my way over to Sandy Strip. Now right here, I'm just gonna make a Surge Tower on this building right here. And I'm gonna farm Surge for the rest of the game. I should pull a lot of zones since I am at this dead side location. Zone tends to keep pulling in the same direction, but even if it's pull center right here, I'm absolutely chilling, right? So I cracked that player right there. I'm basically just terrorizing the lobby with this Mythic Enforcer. Now this could actually be a pretty difficult rotate. I could make a couple of mistakes here. I don't know if I wingsuit out the top. I definitely can. Crack this player right there. As you can see, I'm 700 above Surge. Absolutely crazy. Wingsuit out the top. I'm starting to dislike that. I'm starting to enjoy going down layers more and then doing that. Because less players will just see me wingsuiting like this. But I am on a high layer, so I can dive pretty far in. Decide to use like a bit of the line of sight from this cliff. And I'm absolutely chilling. Even find myself a spare fizz right there. And now I am insanely stacked going into the end game. And this is actually half of the struggle. So in some of your games you're gonna die off spawn. You could die in like a mid game fight. Or you could like, yeah, waste all of your mats and your heals and get very scuffed into the end game. But if you are at this point, you should have a pretty decent time. I'm still like 800 above Surge because I got so many tags before. Now I do a wingsuit setup. I mark this location right here. I actually enjoy being a bit more towards the center of zone right here. I always position myself in high layers, by the way, in the Solo Cash Cup. I go on the higher layers, so I have an easier time using my wingsuit. Nobody can like jump in my box or something. And the reason why I go center is because anywhere it pulls, I basically have time for zone to catch up on me. And I can be one of the later people to go. And then I can also get into the next zone even deeper as well. So I think that is pretty good. I get to skip to 40 white. It's fine. There's literally active Storm Surge right now, by the way. Which is insane. But I've been playing these games like extremely well. Like as I've said probably in the intro. This is probably one of the best solo tournaments I've ever played. Now, I use wingsuits, go like this, hover in the air. This is what I always do in 8th zone, by the way. I make a couple of circles, then I land frontside, and soon you're gonna see one of the worst cells in history. I go on a high layer right here, wasn't fully in. Now I'm still absolutely chilling, right? Now this is actually one thing I'm very bad at. That is dropping layers like this. So I have Fizz effect right now, and I want to drop layers, right? Like it pulls kind of down. But I'm always kind of scared of getting jumped in my back. It is preferred that I have whites, and I can either like stay here, or maybe tank Storm a little bit more, so that nobody jumps on me straight. I think what I do too often is I'm going out in the open, and so what happens right here is like, I'm going straight to the middle of zone. And here I realize that. So I'm like, okay, maybe I should just box up and not, you know, like I'm also getting tagged in my back. Maybe I should just box up. And then this kid ends up in my box and he just bomb bombs me. It's a GG. I still played this game pretty much perfect up until this point. I think I should maybe try to hug more to like one side of zone. I think that could help. But I think like storm playing is one option. It is very difficult for me to like figure out how to go down layers with Fizz. Like I often mess up on that. So yeah. Now as you can see from my early game, once again, pretty stacked. Not as stacked as in the previous game, but I probably have a lot of gold. Now this is kind of a far rotate. So previous zone, I only had to go from Latte to Sandy Strip. Now I'm going from Latte all the way to Boulevard probably. Because zone does, keep pulling in the same direction. Now making super clean rotates. My mid game rotates are so perfect, bro. Making sure to tag as many players I can because I only have a flex SMG, which means I can't really get Surge long distance that much. I don't really need to show you these rotates. I literally just do perfect rotates and eventually I get in the most chilling spot. Now I'm basically cap mats. I also made this rotate in, apparently. Now I'm in a pretty decent spot to look for holds. I'm pretty sure I pulled the next zone. or very close. Yeah, so I pulled this zone. Nice. Now make sure to already build like a bit of a wingsuit box. So I can just like wingsuit out the top, right? And like a lot of players, they'll still not do good wingsuit setups and it just ends up killing them and ruining their tournaments. So I'm not gonna make the same mistake. A lot of doing well in solos especially is just not making mistakes. So in that previous game that I showed you, I just made one crucial mistake and that ended up killing me, ruining my game. This game, just trying to not make any mistakes, right? Now zone is here, once again marking a bit more center. And I also want to go kind of at the same timing as everyone else. That's pretty standard. I don't want to be one of the first, also don't want to be one of the last. It's kind of unfortunate, I feel like, that some kid just insta-targeted me. But yeah, I did get beamed a little bit right here. Don't know how much more I get beamed. No, that was it. Now here, it is actually an interesting situation. So I'm boxed up right next to every single player, right? Like this player is right there. There's players right there. We're all kind of in this standoff situation where we're like, who's gonna wingsuit first? And then maybe some kid is gonna jump you while you do it. So I do this right here. I'm like trying to be careful. But I think, yeah, I do get jumped on this one. So I get pumped, I even get cone, and somehow I survive, right? So, like, I could have maybe, from my wingsuit box right here, I could have maybe placed, like, a stair so that nobody can cone me off. But once I got stuck on the stair, and, you know, like, I don't really know how to do that with stair. I got stuck on the stair once, and I was like, yeah, let me not do that. But yeah, now I just popped smoke, backside. It's kind of unfortunate. But yeah, I just got full griefed on this rotate, I guess. Because usually in 8th zone, I preserve all of my mats by doing a bunch of circles mid-air. But now, I'm only at 90 builds. And now I'm relatively scuffed. Like 70 builds is not that great. Now one thing I learned from all the finals winners that I've watered is that sometimes you can just play out your mats like as much as possible. And the reason I think why you want to play out your mats like a little bit more instead of trying to force a refresh by jumping in a box is because the more time you spend in a game, the more of a chance you have of getting like a free refresh coming to you. So sometimes there's like a free refresh opportunity just falling into your lap, and if you stay alive for long enough, that will happen, you know? So I'm still looking for a refresh opportunity. But I'm not panicking now that I have like 20 builds, you know? I'm like, I can still get a refresh, jump on a kid. Here I saw that kid opened up. Just trying to make my way front side. Here I thought this kid's wall was open or weak. But I didn't see it well enough, I guess. Still only have 12 builds. Decide to tank Storm, which is a good play in my opinion. Now here, boxed up at this spot. Now I barely have any builds, right? But I'm still surviving. Just kind of crouch playing, clutching. Go frontside here. Not really sure where to build a box right now. This is literally how Moz plays. Like I've seen Moz play so many solo cash cups and he just plays like this kind of. I'm not saying I'm as good as Moz obviously. Now here I see these wooden boxes, so I'm like, yeah, gotta jump in that. Somehow I don't get that. Somehow all of the loot gets snatched. I'm at least crouching right here. Yeah, finally got my free kill, right? That's the first kill, 60 builds right now. It's pretty decent. Tank some more whites, which is fine. Just going front side, I'm like, yeah, let me not be worried about Storm. Just gonna pop this medkit, get front side, and I'm chilling. Get on my wall. No need to 50-50 right now. We're open on him. Just gotta keep getting to front side and eventually pop my medkit. I'm like, I can get a siphon kill maybe. But then I'm like, nah. Just pop the whites. Now here I know I'm just gonna get something. Kill this kid. Get some extra medkits. Now obviously here I'm just tarping frontside. Staying frontside as much as possible. If I at any point lose frontside here, it could get pretty messy. So I'm even tanking some Storm to do it. Find some extra mats. I'm like, nice. I need those. Now here, spamming cones, making sure nobody can drop down on me. Because I have 2 medkits and I think I end up killing this kid as well. Yeah, so I'm just waiting. Miss my shot somehow, but I get the siphon, which is good. And I just wait for my siphon to run out and then start popping my medkits. And yeah, this guy didn't have enough whites. He does buy patch up a couple of times. But he dies and yeah, that's GG. Yo boys, real quick, if you're enjoying the video, then please can you like, subscribe, comment W VODs, everyone comment W VODs. And for the people that are interested, you can check out Fortnite Academy. This is where I teach you in a more structured way how to improve in this game. And we have a bunch of courses like the Solo Mastery course, the Duo Mastery course. And on top of that, we also do weekly VOD review sessions where we VOD review your tournaments. And from now on, we're going to be joined by Chris, which is a 20k PR player on EU. He's Div 1 and he's going to be the one that is hosting these sessions and giving you feedback on your games. Now enough self-advertisement for now, let's get back to the video. Okay, and now for my final game. I still haven't qualified at this point. I only have 180 points. I probably need about 190, 200, something like that, right? But I ended up having 250 points after this game. And that is the reason why I got, I placed up 140, right? Yeah. Now I'm literally boxing up at the exact same location as before, kind of. I'm boxing up a little bit more to the right instead of like going over here because I have more line of sight, pretty sure. Yeah, I've done this a couple of times. Just building a high surge base. Now going down to reform. I'm not going to look for surge right now because I know there's not going to be that many players rotating. So I'm going to use this time to reform and then eventually go up and look for surge. This is pretty much the exact same position I was in the previous game, right? In the first game I showed you guys. I was in this exact spot. And once again, I'm basically guaranteed to pull some zones. And I'm basically guaranteed to get like a bunch of surge. I think that is my kill, right? Yeah, I killed this kid. Now I'm just going with Fizz this time. Not using wingsuit. It's not that far. So I'm like, yeah, box up on high layer again. And now I do what I like to do. Is a couple of circles in this zone. So I maintain more mats, and while zone is like expanding, I can get in deeper, right? So I make as many circles as possible, not gonna lie. It's also less likely for me to jump in the same box with the kid. So if we're all landing at the exact same timing, you know, like I could just like have to 50-50 someone, and I don't want that right now because I'm stacked. Now here I noticed there's loot in this box. I definitely fight for that. Carefully though. Get all the things. Now actually I didn't do too carefully, not gonna lie. Bro, I dropped my mythic pump for a gold pump. And then I could have gotten a hit for 100 here. Not sure what I did there. But I have 150 mats now, I'm chilling. I dropped frontside, so this is exactly what I mean, right? So in that other game, I would have dropped from a high layer through the center of zone, kind of like this. But then you can easily get boxed. So right now I'm doing this thing where I'm going all the way in Storm. And I think that is actually a smart thing because, yeah, not many people are gonna tank Storm right now. But if I have medkits like this is actually perfect, right? And I can just pop one medkit and I'm all the way in a good spot here front side. Chilling. Make sure I have Fizz. I literally do it again. I tank Storm all the way. And I waste 2 of my medkits. But I think it's worth it because... like eventually, like the rotates are gonna be a lot less far. Like the further you are in the game, the less distance like the zone has. So getting to front side is much easier. And you don't have to do like big jumps and long rotates. Going with Fizz effect once again. Staying at the side of zone. Now right here, once again, like I'd like to tank Storm a bit. I'm even doing it, even though I don't have a medkit. Yeah, I'm just staying at the most like dead side of zone, which is technically in Storm. Like everyone is in the zone. Storm is technically dead side in moving zones, you know? Now I get the skill from above, making sure to get the wall first. And now I have 1 of 5 builds and nice, the mythic SMG as well. Don't know why I carry wingsuit all of a sudden. Now at this point I should already be qualified, I think. 217 points. I'm not sure what qual is, not gonna lie. Now here I'm like, yeah, I can probably get the skill. Somehow, yeah, I only cracked this kid for 100. And I don't get the kill for 60 white. Crazy stuff. I don't need to greet it though. Here I'm trying to find my way through, right? Like maybe I am looking for kills a little bit too much and now I'm backside once again. So here, like, yeah, playing Storm is probably the preferred play, even though I have no whites. So literally just doing it again. Maybe I'm just the best player in the game. Block that kid. Good. Like, this was so perfect, bro. If I had whites instead of this random wingsuit here, this would have been perfect. Now here, just going frontside again, waiting for this kid. Somehow he goes like that. I can just crouch and look for a kill in some way. Don't notice that my tops are open. Pop smoke once more. Now eventually I get my siphon refresh, right? Yeah, this kid right here. Nice, got him. Now I finally get medkits, right? Do I not get that? Oh yeah, I don't get medkits because I'm claiming another body. Kill this kid. Now I'm just overbuilding because I have the mats. I block this kid in Storm. And I just hit this kid. Yeah, I don't know. Like, it was a bit of a ride and peek. Maybe a bit of impulsive. And instead of switching to my SMG, I switched to bomb. But I got the win and I got the qual, I guess. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and learned at least one thing. Do not forget to subscribe if you want to see more amazing videos just like this. Have a great day, boys, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.